am here today to talk about the difference between astronomy and astrology and why people like to believe in astrology and why it isn't true. Astronomy is the study of celestial objects and space and the universe as a whole, while astrology is also the study of the universe and celestial bodies, but specifically how they relate to people on Earth. In short, astronomy is a real science while astrology is a pseudoscience. The most simple and basic studies in astrology come from the zodiac. The zodiac are constellations that move through the sky and are visible during different times of the year. Astrology suggests that there are a certain set of traits associated with each sign, and depending on the sign that you were born under, those traits are reflected in that person. This simply isn't true. Studies have been conducted to try to prove this, but since none of them can be replicated, they are proven untrue, classifying this as a pseudoscience. The zodiac constellations, however, are real. Constellations that make up the 12 zodiac signs are Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. People like to try to justify astrology, saying that there's more than just the 12 signs and there's different planetary associations for each person. These can be found by typing in your birth date and time into a certain website, and they'll tell you where each planet was in line with each constellation and how that reflects on you as a person. Even though these things tend to get deeper, the science still isn't there to back it up, and therefore continues to prove that astrology is not a real science. Pictured here on the screen is actually my birth chart. I just typed in my birth date, time, and location, and it was able to calculate what planets were where and what sign they fall under. I think it's actually kind of interesting, but even though I think it's interesting, it still is not a real science, and therefore can't explain anything about me or my personality. The way astrology hooks people into believing it is that the traits that were assigned to each sign are so vague that they can be reflected in any person. Astrology is simply based on coincidence and people's need and want to believe in something bigger, while astronomy is based in fact and real science about the stars and everything in the sky. While astronomy can't help us find our soulmate, it does tell us all these amazing things about the sky and the stars and the universe and this rock that we call home. So, while astrology can be fun to joke around about or look into, just to see how many of those little coincidences we can fit into our lives, it isn't a real science, and astronomy is. This concludes my presentation on astrology and astronomy, and the real astronomy facts that people base astrology on, and why astrology isn't true.